VR esports are a huge part of the VR community, and without them, I doubt there would be as much players as there would be today in VR, because it brings people together and against each other to create a a setting where there's fun, competitiveness, prizes, and so much more like that. And today I'm gonna be placing most VRML games on one tier list. In my own opinion, my opinion.
There's Taquito again, flying out, rifle in hand, catches 1, 2, 3. Oh no! Big Bruce right on top, what is this? And there's a double kill that comes in from Cozy Conceits. Hit to the EMP inside. Who's trying to shoot in? Oh my god! No! That's 5, 4, 3.
If some are not on here, I either forgot about them, never heard of them, or um just didn't think they would be worth talking about in the tier list. So yeah, let's just get started. First, I have X8. X8, from what I remember playing, is like a Valorant VR type game where you have to plant the bomb, upgrade your weapons per round. Basically like Valorant of VR. And when I started playing, the game was already dying, and I didn't really get to play a lot. I had to be facing bots most of the time because there would be no one on, or the matchmaking would just take forever. I think the devs just wasted the potential of this game because, I don't know, they didn't show too much love, or the community just didn't think it was good enough. I don't know, but I'm putting XA in C tier. Alright, Ultimix. I remember seeing Ultimix like one time, and when I saw it, it was a pretty cool game. It's a robot type game, like a war machine robot type sport game where you have to use like built-in weapons from your robot to uh win the point. Whether it's I don't know if there's different sports, but I know you have to knock the ball in like a net or like a box or something. And when I looked at it, it was pretty cool. I just never played it because I just thought there were other games that were better. So for that reason, I'm also putting Ultimate in C tier and keeping it there. Alright. Contractors. I played the original Contractors a little bit. I started playing Contractors Showdown first, the Battle Royale version. And honestly, that was the best Battle Royale I've ever played on VR. And it died so fast, I didn't get to enjoy it fully. If you were to go on my account right now, I would be so high level and have so many skins and attachments. It wouldn't even be funny because of how much I love that game. I'm so sad that it turned into a Gozo Tobor copy. But I'm still gonna put an A tier because I uploaded a lot of Contractor Showdown BR, and I loved it. It was just a perfect Battle Royale game. Even though it was a Warzone type copy, it was still the best Battle Royale game in VR we've ever had. And just for it to die, it doesn't deserve anything but A tier. And I know we're talking about Contractors right here, but Contractors reminds me so much of Contractor Showdown. So just because of that, I'm putting Contractors in A tier. And not only that, but Contractors is just a pretty good game in general. It's basically like the Call of Duty in VR and stuff like that. There's mods and stuff like that. Like I said, you could do team deathmatch. I'm pretty sure there's other modes too. And the mods are pretty cool. I played like an old version, old mod where there's like World War II weapons and World War I weapons, and basically like old weapons you would fight against. And it was a pretty cool. And I played like a other mod where there was a Team Fortress 2 mod. And I think Contractors, the regular one is still pretty good. So I'm still keeping an A tier. Okay, Sky Strikers. There's two. I'm pretty sure there's two. I don't know if there's more now, but I've only played Sky Strikers a couple times because I didn't think it was that fun. From what I remember, there's two classes. There's one with with wings that can fly and use like a gravity gun to try to put the ball in the net and or over the net, because I know there'd be soccer and volleyball type modes. I don't know if it's updated now, but when I used to play, those were the only two modes you could play. And then the other class is a person with a bat, where you would use your hands to move like in Gorilla Tag and use the bat to hit the ball with more precision and more power. And when I used to play, it was hard. It wasn't like as good. I feel like they could have done better with like the gameplay and the graphics. But I'm putting Sky Strikers in D tier. Blast On. Blast On is a game where there's two people on different podiums using their loadouts. And the loadouts would spawn around them, and they would try to grab the weapons and shoot them, throw them, or even have defensive items at their disposal. And when I used to play it, it was pretty fun. I used to play a lot of campaign. Campaign would be the only thing I would play, or I would play with people I knew. Cause I think it turned free. Pretty sure Blast On turned free, but I paid for it for $10. But Blast On turned free, which allowed me to play with more people. But the game just never got updated when I used to play. And I would just replaying the campaign over and over again. And that would get boring. And whenever I played PvP, it would be like the matchmaking would kind of be unbalanced. I would either go against a super high level or super low level, and rarely ever sometimes in the middle. So I'm gonna put Blast On to D tier from my experience. Yeah, I feel like they could have done better with it. Now we have Echo VR, the best VRML game to ever exist. You guys can send all the bias and hate that you want, but I'm putting Echo in S tier. Sadly, it got shut down. Echo VR was a 4v4 game where there'd be robots trying to score in the other's diamond or goal, whatever you want to call it, with a disc. And there'd be so many mechanics like punching people, re-grabbing, passing, long shots, anchor shots. I used to love playing Echo VR. I was never like a pro at it, but Echo VR it was so good for its time. The VR Lounge in the Discord, when I played it and re-downloaded it, it would be pretty unfair because there would only be like pro players that actually competed in Echo. So whenever you would hop into a game, you would either be mercied or you would be the one immersing the other team. So that kind of like ruined the fun out of it and didn't make the game enjoyable anymore. But Prime Echo is definitely in this tier. Breachers is honestly, in my opinion, the best first person shooter VR game that currently exists. It's basically like R6 Siege, where there's teams of I'm pretty sure it's a 5v5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 5v5 match against a defending team and an attacking team. The vultures were trying to set the bomb off, and the enforcers had to defuse the bomb using the EMP. Then that's how you would win the point or match. And the plays you could be making, like with the flashbangs, the bombs, the clones now. I stopped playing it after I finished my ranked placement series on the channel. but I still think Breachers is an S tier because the game is just super polished and well made. When I used to play, there would be barely any lag. The graphics would be insane, and although the player base wouldn't be all that, like the community would kind of be super toxic, but let's be fair, that's all VR games now. Yeah, that's any game in general. The only game, in my opinion, that can really be no toxicity is Minecraft. But yeah, Breaches is S2. Okay, now we have Orion Drift, the game I currently play on this channel a lot. You guys might think I'm gonna be biased here, but I'm placing Orion Drift in B tier because, okay, let's first explain what it is. Orion Drift is a 3v3 match where there's robots using only hands as movement or gestures on your hands to try to score in the other person's net. It's basically like soccer, but you can only use your hands and have no legs. And if you guys watch my other videos, you could see like you could drift, you could juke, you could long shots, pass. And I think if the developers do it right, it would be a really good game. But until then, Orange Drift is at B tier because the devs try to do too much in one server. They try to have a super high player count while having so many districts in one server, which causes lag and high MI/ping. So that would cause a lot of people to get mad and just stop playing for the day or in general. And that happens to me so many times, countless times, where the ball would just phase through my hands, or whenever I try to hit the ball, it would just stay in position. Like it wouldn't move at all. I could just probably be having bad Wi-Fi, but I know for sure I'm not the only one that struggles with this issue. So for that reason, I'm putting Orange Drift at B tier. I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but I'm putting Gorilla Tag at C tier. Gorilla Tag is a game where you play as a monkey and you use your hands to try to get away from the lava monkeys, which are it, or gorillas, same thing. And you have to try to dodge by climbing walls, running away. Basically, it's basically like tag. It literally says in the title it's tag. But I think Gorilla Tag is so overrated and doesn't deserve the player count it has. I feel like the only reason it does is because it's old and it's free. If that wasn't the reason, then I doubt it would have so many players. And I wish it didn't, because Gorilla Tag doesn't deserve this much players. It's just so mid. You guys can send me all the hate you want, tell me, oh, never let bro rank again, but I'm keeping Gorilla Tag at C tier because I think it's overrated. Veil is a really good game. Veil is basically like Halo or Call of Duty mixed in one game. Like a first-person shooter where you load into a lobby, vault on a game mode, shoot other players, and the progression. There's a lot of prestigious now. I don't know how many there is now, but when I used to play, there was only 2. VRML mode is Artifact, where it was I'm not sure how many players is it, but I'm pretty sure it's like a 4v4 or a 5v5 against other players, and there'd be a defending team and an attacking team, where you would use grab the artifact and then type in like a little puzzle to activate it and wait for it to go off. Bomb detonation type game mode. I'm putting Veil at A tier because the graphics and the smoothness is insane. I used to play it a lot. I played it a lot on this channel, and I was decent at it. I was never really like good, but I was pretty mid. I say decent mid. And I really enjoyed the game. I wish it gave players more access to better gun skins. Honestly, that's the only thing I didn't like about the game. But the game is pretty good. The only reason why I'm playing an A tier is because now they're trying to do too much by having a free version for other people to play, but the free version doesn't really have that much enjoyment in the game. But yeah, I feel like they're starting to do too much in the game now, and the player base is pretty toxic too. Like one of the most toxic ones. I see. But I'm still putting an A tier because it's a really good game. Pavlov. Ooh, pretty old game. Okay, Pavlov is like your typical FPS where you do different game modes. But this one would be more like a modern or older type era, be like normal guns where you would shoot other players. And my favorite mode is a gun game. I used to play gun game with my friends all the time. I don't play it now because it's paid, but when I used to play beta, I used to play all the time with my friends. And the game would be pretty fun with my friends. I used to play a lot of zombies too. But I'm putting that at B tier because I used to only play during Shack. And Pavlov Shack, it still had a lot of improvement. And just making it paid kind of decreased the player base by a lot. Like a lot. I'm pretty sure it's kind of dead now. Wait, I'm putting Pavlov at B tier. Onward is another FPS, but it's less smoother and more on the gameplay side. I think it deserves a solid B tier because it's basically like your typical FPS. The only reason why I put these two, Veil and Contractors, above is because of nostalgia and graphics. I put Contractors up there because it reminded me of Contractor Showdown, and I put Veil up there because it kind of has like a futuristic type theme, and I really like that. So putting it up there, and graphics are just insane, and the guns are pretty cool too. There's a lot of different ones. Onward, I never really played PvP like that because I didn't really know how to play, and I didn't know what I was doing. But when it was free for a little bit on the meta subscription, me and my friends used to play it all the time, and my friend would glaze it to the point that he would play non-stop. But the only thing we would play on here would be mercenary mode, which is basically like a rogue mode where you would choose a set of weapons and maps in a game mode, and if you would complete it, you would get a different reward, like a scope, a weapon, a utility, or the reviving thingy. And it was pretty fun. It was just I only beat it a couple times because it was pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. I would only be able to beat it if I had like pro players on my team when I would play alone. Cause I think that Honor was a pretty good game. Like the gun handle, I would always complain to my friends that the gun handling was super mid and unsmooth, like other games like Contractors and Veil and Breachers. So I'm for that reason I'm putting in B tier. Alright guys, that's my tier list. You guys can tell me all the hate in the comments for putting Gorilla Tag in a low tier and putting other games in a high tier. And tell me never rank again, but in my eyes, I think this is a pretty good tier list. Alright guys, thank you guys for taking up time to watch me rank these games, and I hope you have a good day, and thank you for watching.